Okay, let's talk about doing some AVC reporting. So I'm just going to add a filter because I got a lot of routers and switches sending flows in here. And there's one of my interfaces. This is showing utilization the last 5 minutes, but I'm going to click in for a 24-hour report and go down to AVC, and I got a lot of different options there. But let's check out some DPI stuff first. Maybe look at some application categories. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the time frame. Let's go back to maybe last week. And no, that's not a good time. Let's try 9 o'clock in the morning. Things are getting kind of busy. And let's take a look at that time frame right there. Alright, so that's going to drop it down to 1 minute intervals, but I'm still looking at the data bidirectionally, and I think it'll be a lot easier if I just maybe look at inbound only. Alright, let's give it a little bit more real estate, take a look at what's going on here, and I've got a lot of different application categories going. Social networking, let's take a look at that and drill in on that, and let's find out specifically what applications within social networking are on my network. Alright, so I've got some Facebook, I've got some Google+, LinkedIn, but I could be doing this for any application like Salesforce or any cloud application, right? So let's just pick on Facebook. And I'm going to drill in, and if you watch the other video on AVC, then you'll know that you have to consider templates at all times when you're dealing with AVC. So let's just, with username, you can get username with integration with Active Directory or Cisco ICE. So let's just go take a look at root cause, get all the different metrics, and it doesn't work. Why is that? Well, sometimes what can happen is because we're using multiple templates, they may not get the same data that I'm looking for because of this template is restricting us. So I'm going to get rid of that and apply it. And now I get some data. That's fantastic. And so I can, do more filtering here. I can filter on a particular CBQoS or whatever. But more importantly here, in AVC, we're getting application name, CBQoS, DSCP value. This report's really loaded with details like retransmits, client delay, server delay, application delay, network delay. And you can see if I sort on each column like that, I can find out which connections to this particular application are seeing the most delay. And if I see something, I'm like, wow, I really want to know when anyone is suffering from that kind of delay. I sorted by that column. Well, you know what? I want to go set a threshold on it and get notified when they're having trouble. But of course, before I do that, I've got to give it a name. So I'm going to call it Facebook app delay, and I'm going to save that. And I said, hey, do you sure you really want to do that with a custom time frame? Because remember, I went back a few days. Yeah, I'll save it. And I'm going to do total, which is this value down here for delay, or do I want to do it for individual connections? I'm going to do for individual rows. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to set a threshold for 100 milliseconds. But before I do that, let's just do this. Let's close that and mouse over, and you can see that's how I know that's the raw value, because sometimes we round things off and move decimal points in the product to make things a little bit more user friendly. So so I know that I can use a value of 100. Let's go back to let's just change that time frame to the last hour, and I may get no data, but that's okay. I've got my filter all set up there. Add that, and I'm going to do it per row. The value is going to be 100. And save the threshold. Now at this point, I can also assign a notification, which you can learn about in the other video, or I can save and edit policy and say, all right, look, if this happens once in 5 minutes, notify me, or if it happens 3 times in an hour, notify me. If I want to edit the policy, I can go in and do that, but again, it's another video. So just keep in mind that your templates is really important as you move around, because this report uses client and server IP address, not source and destination IP address, and that's really important when you're looking at your different AVC reports. So I can run different AVC reports. This is the duration of the flow, and you just want to get in there, and if you play with these different reports, set thresholds to get notified for things, and if you need any help, just give us a call. We'll help you out. Thanks.